All right, let's see. Hopefully it's working. What is up, YouTube? My Cowboys family here, bringing you guys the latest update on our Dallas Cowboys. Kind of a last-minute update, obviously, doing our regular life stuff, and then all of a sudden we see the news, breaking news, Jaylon Smith cut from the Dallas Cowboys. I know it came as kind of a shock to us because he was actually playing pretty well so far this season, right? I think most of us can probably agree with that. But let's kind of get into the details on why they decided to do that. So first of all, it wasn't their first choice. The Dallas Cowboys did try to trade Jaylon Smith, but unfortunately, because of his salary, no one really wanted to make any kind of trade offers, and so here we are, and the Dallas Cowboys,
the coaches did say that, or a source said from the coaching side of things, that Jaylon Smith did everything that was asked of him.
Exactly. It's not like Jaylon somehow messed up or wasn't playing well, but realistically speaking, there's two guys that were playing really, really well, and that's LVE and Keanu Neal. And those two players, along with the fact that the Cowboys had a lot more plans to use Jabril Cox as well, like they're looking at all these linebackers, they're looking at all their guys, they're looking at all the money, they have one too many guys, at least according to the Dallas Cowboys. So I have to admit, I am shocked. Like, I'm straight up shocked, surprised. I genuinely thought that Jaylon Smith was playing well enough and that the Cowboys, had found a good thing with their linebacker core, so to speak. So hopefully it doesn't come back to bite us in the butt, like Frank just said here in the chat, guys. Again, it'll be curious to see what the Cowboys do to kind of compensate for this move because, again, I know I'm almost positive, and again, Mr. MCF will have the numbers right here, but Cowboys are taking like a $9 million hit or something, right?
$7.2 million base salary. That's a hit. Plus $9.2 million next year is what it would have to been after, I think, March 1st. So the Cowboys were like moving on now rather than getting tagged with another
with
year.
a later hit and another year of having to pay Jaylon Smith.
And that's why he wasn't traded, because of the money. Mainly.
Exactly. So, again, the way that the Cowboys structured his contract, they invested a lot really early on Jaylon Smith and hoped that it paid off, and unfortunately it didn't. But I'm still very much surprised that the Cowboys chose to move on. Let me go ahead and read a few of your comments, but I just want to let you guys know that breaking news because I'm, again, literally like in the middle of doing all our stuff. But let me go ahead and read a few of your comments. We'll discuss this in a lot more detail later tonight in our live stream, so make sure to join us for that. Hit like, sub it up, hit the bell. Like I said, let me read a few of your comments here. Let me see. So Jabril is the next man up. Yep. Marcus Callaway, Jared Jablonski said they'll make a trade for a veteran linebacker. That's a good point. They might just go for a cheap kind of someone that's obviously not, $7.2 million.
And again, we'll talk about it tonight, but I disagree. I think Jabril Cox, Luke Gifford, these guys are stepping up to the fifth and sixth spots, or the fourth and fifth spots. That's fine. I think the Cowboys are going with their own talent, I think.
Look, I have to admit, the more I think about it, I'm not sure how I feel because, the reason we're here right now, 3-1, is because of our depth. And it feels like we just took that depth and decided to, shoot it in the foot. So, I kind of want to see what the answer is, or if the Cowboys are going to use this now open roster spot, I guess, for a more important position. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's kind of discuss what we think the Cowboys' plans are, because as far as Jaylon Smith, we know what the plan is there, and the plan is to move on. So let me go ahead and hit up a few more comments. Jason Ramfo said, that's not good, Jaylon Smith being let go. I agree. So far, I'm not the biggest fan. Darren Posey, what's up? He said he shouldn't have changed numbers. That's like a triple hurt, right? Making a major move to Texas Twister. Sarah Small said, I'm shocked as a Colts fan. I would love him on my Colts. Well, let's see where he goes. Yeah. Free Blank said it's Keanu Neal. Ernesto Gonzalez said, I saw this coming.
Me too. A little earlier than I think it was.
Now, Alvarez said Dan Quinn make his statements. This is a very loud statement.
Quinn wants to use Cox.
I guess we'll discuss that later tonight. Now, Talk to Montana 808 said, what the fuck is Dallas doing? Treasy Go Crazy said, Jabril Cox is doing good in practices, making Jaylon Smith get cut. But a lot of other people were saying in the chat, but we haven't even seen Jabril Cox out there in actual real football time, though.
I have a question to ask everybody. Dan Quinn, when he came here, do you guys trust him now to make these moves? That's what it comes down to. Do you trust Dan Quinn enough to say, whatever he's seen at practice from Jabril Cox and Luke Gifford, they feel confident in making this move? If you do trust Dan Quinn in the past, you probably trust him with this. I do.
Let me see. Just kind of, a lot of other people are like, is this real? Jaylon Smith's going to go somewhere else and kill us. I was going to say, it'll be interesting to see what the market is for Jaylon Smith now, as in, what are the teams that, one, we tried to trade with. I hope that kind of comes out in the sense of, what teams even talked to us in the first place, and two, where he actually ends up going. So Chris Answer said, facts, MCF. Let me see. No Docking just said, analytics said the swipe is the weakest link. And that is kind of one of the key things here. Even though Jabril Cox is obviously, little green around the gills. He still seems to be the better choice for the Cowboys for a lot of reasons.
Remember,
and
we're getting Keanu O'Neal back now, so you're gonna use one less linebacker than we've been using, which is Jaylon Smith off that rotation, a little less of him, and then on top of that, you're getting more Cox. So you're that kind of. I think that the Keanu O'Neal coming back and Cox out to play more is the demise of Jaylon a little earlier than we all thought.
Exactly.
On the Cowboys.
Now, PC76 said it's funny. Who wants our scraps?
Someone's got to pay big
We'll
money
hand
for
them
those
over,
scraps,
so
though, right? There's that contract.
So Travis said Jerry Jones is loving this season so much he's already preparing for next year's salary cap. They cut him because they couldn't trade him. Shame.
I mean, that's the other reason, right? Because of the money attached to it.
Jared Demonsi said, "Oh my God, now we're gonna get run all over."
No,
Kevin
Jaylon
Bilbo
Smith
said
was-
the Cowboys just gave some other team a starting linebacker.
I'm just saying, I don't think Jaylon Smith was doing that great in the run game. He definitely was doing better than in the past year and a half, though. I agree with that. But he wasn't doing that. He was missing a lot of his run gaps.
Marcus Callaway said OB's looking around like,
Yeah, he's next.
not me.
He's next
So,
if you don't get it together.
look, guys, like I said, we'll definitely discuss a lot more of the details because this is breaking news. We just wanted to get the information out first, but have to admit, when I first saw it, I thought it was clickbait. And I saw it again, and I still thought it was clickbait. You know, I had to literally see it 3 times before I'm like, holy shit, this actually... Okay, like, it's real. Okay. So, just saying, you know, sometimes, you know, the people like to start rumors and things like that, but the Cowboys actually did cut Jaylon Smith. We'll talk about, like I said, what this
Dan Quinn making that move. Like, that's a big statement from Dan Quinn.
You know, if anything, I think this sends a big message as well. Or I guess I'll leave you guys with this question before we wrap things up here. How do you guys feel about Jerry Jones allowing Dan Quinn to do that? Because that's a real question. You know, if Jerry Jones, you know, I think I can't remember who was that said it, but Jerry Jones is the one that said, yes, let's move on from Jaylon Smith. And Jerry Jones is the one who was in love with Jaylon Smith.
With the clear
eye view. Although do you remember back in the preseason when McCarthy was wearing the glasses? Yeah. We have that picture up on our streams a lot. They were a clear eye view, but someone had made the joke like, oh, you know, Jalen clear eye view. And Jerry kind of went like, you know, just kept it moving.
Hey, listen, I will say one thing with I know there's going to be a YouTuber out there going to not be too happy about the clear eye view being cut.
So, and yeah, Montana.
He's mixed in with the Cowboys.
Exactly.
You know, to be kind of that partnership, that business partnership from Jaylon Smith and the Cowboys, that's been now broken.
Yes. I mean, Montana, it is kind of good to know because, like I said, I genuinely thought this was fake news. Straight up, no bullshit, no lie. Because in my mind, I'm still trying to figure out why the Cowboys did this. Because even if, like Mr. MCF said, they're looking towards the future and they're saying, we don't want to pay that $9.2 million next year, we have until March to cut him, right?
Yeah, we had
so we could have played this entire season with him still and then cut him the day the season ended.
That's
so
the biggest surprise is why now.
Exactly. We don't say, but that's why I said that roster spot is worth $7.2 million, and I need to see who is filling that roster. Not so much the position as a linebacker and stuff. Like, we have 53, now we have 52. Well, you know what I mean, but we had 55, now we got 54. Who's the the point is, now game day cutoff. I know, but the point is 53, now 52. Who's that extra guy on the team, and what position are the Cowboys looking at that they feel like that depth there is worth more than Jaylon Smith? So anyway, guys, thanks for hanging with us. We'll chat about this, like we said, in a lot of detail later tonight during our regular, normal live stream. So make sure to take a second to hit like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Follow us on Twitter at MyCowboysFamily. Hop in the Discord as well, guys. The link is down below, or will be in a few minutes. Like we said, guys, we just went live. So thank you for hanging with us. Let me do some quick shout-outs here. PC76. He said it, the roster position is more valuable than him missing his assignments.
Interesting.
Travis said he had an injury clause which guaranteed his salary next year, healthy or not, as well. So, but again, we still had until March.
Yeah, we had till March.
We still had till March, which is still... Shimrecker said, do not buy current player jerseys.
Exactly. There you go. Look right behind you.
Can't help it.
Yeah.
So...
It was the risk of having that $9.2 million. If he got injured sometime this year, that's guaranteed. So he wasn't injured. Got to get rid of him.
Okay, so
it was more the money side.
There we go. So that makes a little bit more sense. You guys do bring up a point. And hey, we know it's all about the money in the end. So we'll catch you guys later tonight. Thanks for hanging with us. Mark Hostman, what's up? Social, will our locker room be upset? I think Jaylon is a big presence on this team. But let's be honest, Micah Parsons has been a bigger presence than the 4 weeks we've had him, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. We'll count training camp in there.
Yeah, but the cutting reason, again, reiterate.
Yes.
If he had got...
Yeah, so if he had gotten injured, like let's say he plays now against the Giants and he breaks a fucking toe, guess what? We're on the hook, right? We have to guarantee his injury. You know, we have to pay him out all that money, and if he's out for the rest of the year, that's it. Like, we are on the hook, and next year as well. So, yes, Jaylon Smith is gone, guys. Again, it is not clickbait, not fake news. For real, for real. But let me shout out very quickly Dwayne Broussard with the $2 holler. Much love with the Go Cowboys. We got you, man. But like I said, let me wrap things up here. You guys caught me in the hallway. You caught me in the hallway. That's how crazy this news was. I literally just look at my phone. I'm like, Jaylon fucking, what? Like I said. Yeah. I have a lot more things to say later tonight.
It wasn't the 7.2 this year. It was a 9.
It was a 9.2.
That would be guaranteed if he got hurt this year.
Yeah.
Next year, 9.2 would be on the cap dead if he gets hurt this year. Cowboys cannot risk that.
Look, the simplified version.
I understand the business side of this and the Dan Quinn needing that spot side of this too.
Like we said, the simplified money version of it is if he got hurt, the Cowboys would have to guarantee his money next year. Yeah, that's it.
9.2 million.
So
that's a lot.
I don't know what this means as far as other guys. I'm seeing other people ask about, what this means for LVE, what this means for Michael Gallup. Again, we'll discuss that later tonight because, like I said, I think that there's a lot of pieces going on here, but I have a few other questions that have to be answered first because, yes, I'm looking for the future, but guys, we got a game this week right now. So I'm just saying, let's focus on the short term first, and then we'll talk long term later tonight as well.
It's going to be more. Neil's back now, guys, from COVID.
Yeah.
You're going to have LVE having to play those same snaps, and Micah going back to his spot probably because they got other guys coming in at the edge. That's going to help out sometimes too, like like maybe Dorrance Armstrong. We'll see what happens, but it's all about the pieces coming back and then the utilization of someone like Jabril Cox to take 14, 15 snaps a game rather than 0. So that's the look there, guys.
Now, Star 111 said, if you're worried about injury guarantee, why wait till game 5? Because at the time they were still not sure about either Dan Quinn's defense or Jabril Cox himself. I'm assuming maybe.
Well, also the way all the linebackers play, but I think that's a great question. But I think the reason is. This is the most ever you're going to get a chance to get something for Jaylon Smith because he's playing the best
and he's looking good
in the last 2 years. He's looking good. You can get the best deal. Still couldn't get anything for him. Can't risk him any more games to get hurt. For next year, losing $9.2 million. Yeah. That's it comes down to the money, guys. That's what it comes down to. It's always about the Benjamin.
Again, guys, like we said, we'll discuss it all later tonight. Thanks for hanging with us, but never forget why we do what we do here and why the fuck this freaked us out so bad. Why is it, baby? Go Cowboys!
Hell yeah, let's go. No matter what, that's star over everything.
So, guys, again, we'll see you guys later tonight. Thanks for hanging with us. Peace.
Go Cowboys!
Go Cowboys. And goodbye, Jaylon.
Yeah.